Have you ever imagined what would happen if you mixed the elegance of a wild African serval with the charm of a domestic house cat? That's exactly what gave birth to one of the most extraordinary hybrids in the world, the Savannah Cat. But before we dive into its unbelievable story, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave us a comment. Your support keeps us exploring the wildest and most mysterious creatures on Earth. The Savannah Cat isn't just another fancy pet. It's the product of decades of curiosity, experimentation, and fascination with blending the wild and the domestic. The story begins in the 1980s, when breeders first crossed an African serval, a tall, slender cat with golden fur and black spots, with a regular domestic cat. The result was shocking. The kittens looked nothing like your average house cat. They had the long legs, huge ears, and spotted coat of a serval, but also shown the affection and playfulness of a pet. It was like a miniature cheetah that wanted to curl up on your couch. From that moment, the Savannah Cat became a sensation. So what makes this hybrid so unique? First, the size. Savannah cats are among the largest domestic cats in the world. Depending on the generation, they can weigh anywhere from 7 to 14 kilograms and stand much taller than a normal house cat. Some F1 Savannahs, meaning half serval, are so tall they can reach your kitchen counter in a single jump. Speaking of jumping, here's a mind-blowing fact. Savannah cats can leap over 2.5 meters, 8 feet straight into the air. Imagine sitting on your couch and watching your cat launch itself onto the top of your fridge like it's nothing. Their athleticism comes directly from their wild serval ancestors. But it's not just about size. Savannahs have personalities unlike any other cats. They're highly intelligent, curious, and incredibly active. They love playing in water, something most cats hate. They can be trained to walk on a leash, play fetch, and even learn tricks similar to dogs. Many owners describe them as a dog in a cat's body. Now, let's talk about their generations, because not all Savannah cats are the same. Breeders classify them as F1, F2, F3, and so on, depending on how far removed they are from the original serval parent. F1 Savannahs are 50% serval. They're the largest, the most energetic, and often the most challenging to own. They're not recommended for first-time cat owners. F2 and F3 Savannahs still have wild traits, but are more manageable, though they remain big, active, and need a lot of stimulation. By the time you reach F4 or F5, Savannahs are closer to regular domestic cats in temperament, but still keep their exotic appearance and playful energy. This generation gap is one reason Savannah cats vary so much in behavior and legality. Yes, legality. Owning a Savannah cat isn't as simple as buying a kitten. In many countries, and even in several U.S. states, laws restrict or even ban ownership of F1 and F2 Savannahs. Authorities see them as too wild, too unpredictable, and potentially dangerous if not properly cared for. Even where they are legal, breeders require proof of experience, space, and commitment before selling one. And here's the truth. Savannah cats are not for everyone. They demand constant attention, mental stimulation, and room to run. Without it, they can become destructive or stressed. This is not a cat you can leave alone all day in a small apartment. But for the right person, the Savannah Cat is an incredible companion. They form strong bonds with their families, sometimes following their owners from room to room, much like a dog. They can be affectionate, loyal, and surprisingly gentle despite their wild heritage. Another fascinating detail is their appearance. Savannah cats often look like miniature cheetahs, with their golden coats, dark spots, and tall, elegant bodies. Their ears are large and rounded, designed to pick up the slightest sounds, an adaptation from the serval's life in the African savanna. Their long necks give them a graceful, almost regal appearance. It's no wonder they turn heads wherever they go. Even their voices are unusual. In addition to the typical meows and purrs, Savannahs sometimes chirp, hiss, and make sounds similar to their Serval ancestors. They're a living reminder that no matter how domesticated they may seem, part of them will always belong to the wild. But behind the fascination, there's controversy. Some animal welfare groups argue that hybrids like Savannah cats blur the line between wild and domestic animals. They worry about the welfare of servals used in breeding programs and about whether hybrids truly belong in human homes. Others argue that responsible breeding and ownership allow humans to connect and appreciate the beauty of wild species. The debate continues, but one thing is certain: the Savannah cat has captured global attention. So what makes the Savannah cat truly special? It's not just its size, its intelligence, or even its beauty. It's the way it represents the meeting point between wild and domestic, between the African savanna and our living rooms. It challenges us to ask, how wild is too wild? And what does it mean to share our homes with creatures that carry the spirit of the wilderness inside them? The Savannah cat is more than just a pet. It's a living hybrid, a fusion of elegance, energy, and mystery. A cat that reminds us that nature is full of surprises, and that sometimes our curiosity leads to something truly extraordinary. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave us a comment. Would you want to share your home with a Savannah cat? Or is it a little too wild for your taste?